How boxing introduced. History. Boxing is a sport with an ancient history. It was introduced to the ancient Olympic Games in the 7th century BC. In the beginning, the earliest evidence of boxing dates back to Egypt around 3000 BC. The sport was introduced to the ancient Olympic Games by the Greeks in the late 7th century BC, when soft leather thongs were used to bind boxers' hands and forearms for protection. Roman developments. Later, in Rome, leather thongs were exchanged for the cestus, a glove studded with metal. Unfortunately, this did not help the gladiators involved, as boxing matches of the era usually ended with the death of one or other contestant. Amateur boxing. With the fall of the Roman Empire, boxing came to an abrupt end. It resurfaced in 17th century England, and organized amateur boxing officially began in 1880. Originally only 5 weight classes were contested: bantam, not exceeding 54 kilos, feather, not exceeding 57 kilos, light, not exceeding 63.5 kilos, middle, not exceeding 73 kilos, and heavy, any weight. Olympic history. When boxing made its Olympic debut at the 1904 Games in St. Louis, it was the USA, the only country entered, which took all the medals. Later, the Americans continued to dominate boxing, winning 109 medals, including 48 gold, out of the 842 up for grabs, closely followed by the Cubans and Russians. Since its inclusion in the Olympic program, boxing has been staged at each edition of the Games, except in 1912 in Stockholm, owing to Swedish law, which forbade the practice. The rules have evolved since the 1980s. 1984 in Los Angeles, protective helmet obligatory. 1992 in Barcelona, setup of an electronic scoring system to strengthen the objectivity of refereeing. 2007, standardized point scoring. Women's boxing will make its debut at the 2012 London Games in London. The current 11 men's events will be replaced by 10 men's and 3 women's events.